A big focus last night from the president on fixing local government. He declared that it really is one of the priorities. Well, we've heard many people say this. The problem, of course, is how do you do it? Lwazi Sikit is the Policy Research and Advocacy Manager at the South African Cities Network. Lwazi, good morning to you and thanks for your time. The president promises it. We've had promises to fix local government many, many times before. How hard is it? How difficult is it to actually do it?
Yeah, thank you, Stephen. I must say I commend the president from his speech last night. He dedicated some fair amount of time on the issue of local government and how it actually works and what it plays in the recovery of South Africa's economy. So he paid quite a bit of time just detailing some of the initiatives that they have adopted. One that really struck for me was the presidential task team to assist eThekwini, which is an approach that he says is going to adopt for all the metros going forward. So, and also the fact that one of the priorities is a developmental state. In those three priorities he outlined, a developmental state cannot happen without local government being properly and adequately capacitated. So I think the radar has, so local government has now been raised up in the radar of the business of government, which is promising.
To do this, isn't it require a set of intensely political decisions? I made this point earlier. You know, you've got to remove senior officials. You've got to do all sorts of things. Look at eThekwini, for example, which I think many people agree has gone backwards. There was supposed to be a proper intervention from national government, which it seemed to me anyway, was being resisted. And in the end, it's a kind of light intervention. I mean, these require very difficult decisions and they require intense political will.
Absolutely, Stephen. But given that the national government sets the tone from a budget point of view, you can follow the money and influence how the money is spent, which is something we've been also struggling with over the years, that this disjuncture between local and the rest of the other spheres has not really served South Africans, and there needs to be a more vested interest in how local government does its business by the national government and the provincial government. So yes, there are levers of influence and control that the president can definitely use. So it's just a matter of this very same political will you say is needed.
I sometimes wonder if we need a hard reset. And I mean, this might mean reducing the number of municipalities or something like that. I mean, do we need a hard reset of local government in some way? I don't know what that would be, but something different to what we've been doing, clearly.
There's a lot of contestation around that. Many would say the reset that's needed is more at a provincial level than local, because they say the provincial government is just essentially playing a middleman, and what should have happened with hindsight in designing the political system, we should not have had a provincial government. It should have been collapsed into the districts of local government. So I don't think local government as it is currently calibrated needs to change much, but there needs to definitely be some kind of changes in how it is supported.
You know, I hate to come back to this, but I have a sense of the cynicism that it may just be too difficult to fix. And could that now be an issue? That, you know, people in local government, I don't think anyone in local government who's doing a bad job is trembling for that job this morning.
Yeah, it is a difficult task, Stephen. It is a difficult task because you must also understand that these municipalities also have some level of autonomy. So to some extent, there are those that have managed to be runaway trains, if you would like to call it that, in terms of doing as they please, maladministration being one of the key challenges that they face. If you look at the Auditor General's report and how municipalities have just been regressing in terms of managing their finances. So you are right. It is a very difficult task to fix. But yeah, there's hope. As I said, with it now being higher up on the radar of this new GNU business of government, we will definitely see some much needed support and changes.
Lwazi Sikit, thank you. Policy researcher and advocacy manager at the South African Cities Network. You are with SAfm, 10 minutes now to 8.
SAfm.